single story is just a piece of the whole puzzle.
Single stories create stereotypes. It's not that stereotypes are not true, but they are not complete. The problem with single stories is that they make one story become the only story.
By asking people to say, if you really knew me, we're helping defeat the single story.
If you really knew me, you would know that I'm an artist, and it's something that I'm strongly passionate about, despite all criticism.
If you really knew me, you would know that even though I'm a strong Christian, I don't judge other people based on their own beliefs or actions.
If you really knew me, you'd know I'm not really a hippie.
If you really knew me, you would know that I just finished my first marathon in October.
If you really knew me, you would know that I was the second child born to my parents, but that I never knew my sister. She died in open heart surgery when she was 3 months old because she was born with a hole in her heart that was about the size of 60% of her infant heart. Had she survived, she would have had severe Down syndrome, and she would have had mobility issues and been wheelchair bound. So since I was a child, I've been a huge advocate for people not using the R word, and for those with disabilities, be them physical, mental, or learning disabilities, because we all have the right to be loved and to be accepted in our communities, and I know that my sister would have been loved had she made it.
If you really knew me, you'd know that I'm secretly a romantic and love treating girls really well.
If you really knew me, you'd know that I came from a broken home. And unlike everyone around me, instead of turning to alcohol and drugs, I use dance to free my emotions.
If you really knew me, you would also know that I am a survivor of eating disorders, and that it was a really tough few years when I was in junior high and high school, and that I've had lifelong effects from them, including having some low bone density and other issues that still affect me today, and that it's something that was really hard for me to overcome. But even though I have some physical limitations because of it since then, that I've really grown as a person, and that I want to help others know that they're beautiful no matter what, and that they should not hurt themselves in any way, shape, or form.
If you really knew me, you'd know that I've worked with orphans in Africa.
If you really knew me, you'd know my name is Chelsea Ku'ulemo Kihano Draken Souza. I'm Hawaiian, Chinese, Portuguese, Persian, and Armenian.
If you really knew me, you'd know that my first friend was a cat, and she was my best friend for a very long time. I was really quiet as a child, so I didn't really have a lot of friends until I got into high school.
Hi, if you really knew me, you knew that I like school a lot.